Hip hop. Hip hop.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
What's up? We're on, dude.
Hey,
What's up?
what's up, man? How's it going? Episode 3. Here we go.
How you feeling right now? What's your state of feelings?
I am feeling good. I am hoping that my Manichees will pay dividends. What am I talking about? We are talking about the latest drop, the Lucky Manichees. 14,159 assets, something like 2,700 different wallets, and the reveal just happened, and neither of us got lucky.
No. Well, lucky on Epic. None of us got lucky on
Yeah,
Epic.
no Epic.
I mean, how many
we just
Epics
saw
did-
an Epic sell for 3.0 Ethereum. One Epic sold.
That's incredible.
It looked like the Bill Clinton cat.
Yeah. I'm pouring coffee right now.
Enjoy. Oh, French press. Very nice.
Well, you know what it is? I'm not a coffee snob, but I feel like if you could do it at home and you could do it the best way possible, you're doing yourself a favor. So
yeah,
that's how I'm feeling right now.
When I'm in the States, I get my cup of I get Starbucks. Like, I won't lie, but it's you know, the thing, right? Getting a $5 cup of coffee.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It becomes a habit. It becomes habitual. And then it stops, in my mind, it stops being less about the coffee itself, but more about the feeling of getting that coffee from that place. My wife likes Starbucks, and I just cringe. We go to Target to go do stuff, and it's amazing. Basically
it's the first stop in or the last stop out. It's one of those two.
They're smart. I mean, let's face it. I mean, they're really, really smart.
Geniuses. They're geniuses.
So, Maniche, are you able to share your screen, or should I?
You should. I can't.
All right. You want to get into it or no?
Yes. I think it's important that we let our audience know that we're going to be talking about sort of drops and what we're calling holding the bag, meaning a concept in NFT world is in the flip game where you like buy at the release and then you try to flip for a higher price. Sometimes things don't go well for people who invest in these NFT projects, and they get what's called they're holding the bag, meaning they're still holding their NFTs and they can't get rid of them. So it's a bag full of empty money, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens because, again, I mean, it's like there's just too much speculation in the game. And not only too much speculation, there's just a lot of projects. I mean, golly, we just got into this. Gary Vee brought me into it. I mean, you were into the NFT thing a little bit, weren't you?
Right. On a different in a different coin, on Wax Coin with Major League Baseball, also Top Shot and Dapper Labs, what they're doing. Those are taking like traditional concept collectibles, trading cards, video, stuff like that, and making it NFT. Whereas the things that we're doing now is a much different. It's art, music, it's concept stuff. It's a little different on the Ethereum market.
Yeah. So you see big differences, right?
Yeah, I also see a difference in the collector. I think there's a lot of sense of like making money in the Ethereum market, whereas there's more of a collector's stance, especially in the Wax world with Wax Coin. When you go into their servers and you try to make a deal and like you go above the market price, you're chastised for that and you're asked to leave. Like, it's not a place you go to I don't want to say rip people off, but maybe try to take advantage of the rarity of an item or the scarcity of the product. Instead, they're like, no, you're part of this community. We're all equal collectors. You want to help, you want to get rid of your products, we'll give you a fair price. And when I ended up selling my packs last week, was it last week? Was it a few days ago? I can't remember. And I was I was feeling a sense that Wax Coin was taking a dive, and I'm like, I gotta get rid of these packs. I'm already making like 4x, 5x on these packs anyway. that
Mhm.
the first thing I was going to do was immediately trade them for Ethereum, like the wax
Yeah.
coin, because I didn't want to be holding this currency that is important to the people in that world, but not important in the world that I'm in, which is what Gary Vee brought me into.
Yeah. So you see big differences. It's like I would say just by what you were telling me right now is yeah, there's a lot of the collectible side, and people know they're holding bags, right? Because they're not flipping it per se. They're basically they're into whatever it is that is, and then they're gonna hold forever, no problem. They're just gonna hold, give it to their kids, that kind of stuff.
Can I
Um,
share a story?
yeah,
So
please do.
just one quick tidbit about wax. So when the NFT thing dropped, they were giving away these collectible packs for free, and I missed that. Like the day it was the drop, I was there. The day before they gave away these collectible packs, I missed out. But these collectible packs ended up giving you these coins that said Topps Baseball on them, and you can get. Oh, hey Mario,
Sorry,
Mario's on the call
sorry,
right
that's
now.
good. I messed you up. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So there's like wood coins, bronze coins, silver coins, and gold coins, and they're a rarity. Like, gold coins are selling for like $250 now, but like the wood coins, they had thousands of these coins that were these NFT coins with the coins spinning, and I got
Hmm.
involved in just buying up all these coins, thinking that something would be made of them. I to this day own like 47 of these wood MLB Topps coins that are
Hmm.
worthless, that are literally worth like 3 wax each, which is like 35 cents.
Nice.
So, but I'm in the Discord and I got involved with a group and we're called the Wood Whales because we were trying to buy up all the wood to raise the price on the market. But that's the thing. That's what I learned about in the wax world is like, that's not how it works. In the Ethereum world, the whales come in and they raise the market price because they end up cornering the market, buying up all the small product. But it's totally different in the wax world. And like I'm sure each coin, crypto coin, has its own like special features for their NFTs. But if you're looking to be a collector, Garbage Pail Kids,
Yeah.
Robotech, I think Weezer, shit like that, like you go with wax. But if you want to make some money, if you want to do some cool stuff, get on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, for sure. The Ethereum blockchain is, you can definitely see it would be I don't know, this is going to irritate some people, but it's like the pro version, you know, because it's crypto. It's like it's just straight up crypto. So maybe wax, because I mean wax is also it's very popularized too, isn't it? There's like a lot of that
Yeah,
pop
you
culture
could buy in with credit
popularization.
cards.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
popular.
So
It's popular product, like it's pop culture
mhm,
product, but it's also like easy to get into. You can buy with credit card, and when
right.
you eliminate the need to go through a crypto market space, you
Hmm.
invite people who are genuine collectors.
Right. I I think I got you into this Manicky thing, right? Lucky Manicky. I think I got you into it. No, someone else got
The
you into it.
opposite.
I
I
got
got you.
you got me you got me into
I'm
the
not.
Manicky. That's what it was.
I showed you the link. I think. TX10 Tim. Shout out to Tim. Gave it
Oh,
up just randomly, like, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I immediately shot you the text. You were asleep, and you woke up, and you were like, yeah, get into this.
I mean, it
And
looked
this is
great.
into
You
it
want to go
too.
through it?
Yeah. So
You want to go through it? Let's see.
just yeah, you'll bring up just for the record here. Todd got a few NFTs of this. I happened to get 11. On the initial drop, I got 7, I think, and ended up buying off the market some extras.
Yeah, I mean, the Discord community is pretty cool. I mean, from my whole thing is, we were having a conversation where it's like, there's way too much going on. There's way too much going out. There's way too much every single day. There's a number of drops, and then it gets like emotional, right? Like the conversations that you and I have. So it's like, I've really been trying to do my best to take the emotion out of it and start pouring into the data. And the more that I kept on pouring into the data with this Lucky Maneki is, it just showed some things that I don't think a lot of the other projects have, But for all intents and purposes, the drop today wasn't flawless. I think we're still kind of going through it here too. But What do you have
Right, and
for it?
we're so I think what I really enjoyed getting from you throughout this whole experience was you sort of, I mean, you got active in the Discord, which is really important, and we're going to talk about it, if not this episode, definitely another one, just the importance of getting involved in these communities. Because if you're not involved in these communities and you're sort of like in the clubhouse and you're just sort of saying, we got a, oh, hey, Christy, how's it going? It's, if you're just in like a clubhouse room or you kind of like on the side, you're hearing this and everyone's like, yeah, you got to get in. People are like, well, I don't really have any money or, I don't want to jump in. But if you're in the Discord, you get a sense of who's getting involved in these projects, and you also get a sense of who's creating these projects. And I think what you pulled out for us, which was super important, was like the people in this project, they're not messing around. They're
No.
legit and serious.
I mean,
This
we've
is not a rug pull.
We've seen a number of projects too, and it's always like share on Twitter, do this, or a lot of this giveaway stuff, and a lot of like pressure on giveaway, where the giveaway ends up turning from, what you think it is, like, okay, a giveaway, obviously, and then the structure behind the giveaway is to just get social sharing of it, to get, and I see a lot of that in a lot of these pop-ups.
And I do that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I go on Twitter and I retweet. I want my free 100%. NFT. Who doesn't?
You've sent me to so many of the free ones where it's like my Twitter ended up getting banned. Like, I'm not a Twitter user, but I didn't have any followers and I really wasn't following anybody. And the algorithm must have picked me up, like, because I was doing the thing where it's like, oh, okay, retweet and do this and just tag 2 friends. And I would probably tag the wrong people and they might have hit me off as spam or something. And basically I got banned by Twitter.
I'll make it up to you when I get a free NFT, and I sell it. Yep. I'll give you some of the proceeds.
Yep. Wow, I appreciate
for getting you banned off of Twitter.
We have it on record. I mean, truth be told, it wasn't. Yeah, I'm just learning Twitter now. But the point that I was making is these guys haven't asked anything of the community, and I find that very. I find it very. Like honest, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like, it's kind of like the whole jab, right hook type deal, in a different theory, because I mean, there's definitely the right hook there, but I just see differences, and kind of as we've been talking about it, up for the past 4 days coming up to it, I realized that I was just taking less of the emotion out. And then I wanted to really deep dive into the data, and we can go over that if you'd like. But what do you have for Maneki here? Maneki. I got to get in the habit of calling it Maneki. So first,
so you can see they're starting to populate. Some question marks still out there, and there were only 40 epics out of 14,109, 350 of which have been reserved and set aside as part of a giveaway. And speaking of giveaways, like, these guys weren't shilling the project for the giveaway. They were like, we're going to give giveaways. And they ended up following through. They gave away Ethereum to 114 different people. For every 30 wallets that bought an NFT off their project, they did a raffle. And people were winning left and right, including someone in our own Discord community, Nick. He got 0.84 Ethereum for basically our VFriend community. He got it for just buying an NFT. He basically made all his money back.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty cool. I know a lot of projects have something like that, but I don't know if it was that high, because that in itself is kind of a high amount, isn't it? Like, the amount of giveaways they had like 144? That probably averaged, like, what would you say, like an Ethereum maybe? Because some of them were a lot.
I mean, I saw some people get 1 Ethereum, some people got 0.4, some people got 0.68. I think it was based on
the wallet buys in that 30 block, I think.
Whatever the 30th wallet purchased, that's what percentage you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no. Whatever the 30 total wallets purchased, you got a fractional percentage of that. So the guy who got the 1 Ethereum, that's because his set of 30 wallets had more total NFT purchases than the other guy who only got 0.4.
Oh, you know what? Mario
Does
came
that
up
make
with
sense?
something. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say?
I'm sorry. I was looking at the comments. I spaced on you for a sec.
Fill me
Mario.
in.
So Mario. All right. So it says, "Hey guys, mine's very interesting." You see it? And then it says number 859, and there's a red line that goes through it, so it's out of place. So number and another one 700. All right. Hang on. All right. This is getting. We're going on the detective hunt right now. Give me just a moment. Let me get. This is what I've been doing because, obviously we were talking a little bit before this, and Titch and I, we were trying to figure out what in the world because, the drop, it wasn't flawless, but it happens. And what we ended up finding.
They admitted error.
Yeah, they admitted error. It's just expect it, especially, but
I wouldn't say it was a shit show considering there were 14,000 NFTs being released. I just think they were just slow to getting the image files released.
All right, I'm gonna look at.
And by the way,
Mario.
just to put it out there while you're looking this up quickly, what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to understand what we're looking at, because right now people are going to OpenSea. We talked about in our first episode how you go to OpenSea and how you figure that out, and how you sell and how you buy lowest price, etc. Here we're talking about how you understand if you want to go and price your item on OpenSea, because we don't know what we're looking at here. Like, I have a bunch of NFTs, you have a bunch of NFTs. We know none of them are epic, but they have certain percentages about them that make them more valuable than others. Yet there's also the idea that it might have common percentages, but it may be a cool looking NFT, which would make it more valuable too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's what we all know about the properties and looking at the properties. And then, obviously we always look at the percentages and kind of all these things, but there's hidden messages. Oh, wow, this is interesting. This is the one that Mario had put up.
Let's see, a red line?
No, the first one was red line. What?
Yeah, he's got a red line in his head. It's like it's like
so
one of those
it's a hair tie thing. Yeah, it's like a hairpin. Yeah, that's definitely a hairpin because it's wider on top and it's thinner on the bottom. And then what we have here is head feline, body freaky, podium, weapon empty, and false. But yeah, that is interesting because the background, what do we call that background? Podium. All right. That's cool. What do we have? Hang on. He was also saying 859.
And you can see this one's being sold for 0.3. So, I mean, this seems to be a common looking NFT, but the owner is still trying to get a reasonable price for it, a high reasonable price.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get smart. I'm going to get smart right here.
Can you just put the number at the end of your current link?
859. Oh, I'm going to have to go 0859, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
No. Go back to where you were.
Yep. Mario was talking
7330.
No, we already did 7330.
Yeah. Just go there. It's fine. No. Just go back to that page. Now go to the URL, and at the end of the URL, take out 7330 and just put 859.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that'll work.
Aha, that was correct, sir.
And look, he's also got the hairpin. Wow, there's a very similar looking cat. Maybe that's the head. That specific head has that hairpin.
So yeah, we were looking at it. I think I had it up here. Yeah, 859. Oh, named it already. Hathor. Nice, good name. Yeah, body, head, feline.
Oh my gosh, with the name Mars, I haven't even thought about that. My God, there's so much to do with this project.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think I've got some unique
I'm
names
not
in mind.
rushing. I'm not rushing.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had ideas. What's the clubhouse for this? Hang on a sec. I've got to get a dear friend in here with us. Oh boy. Hang on just a second, okay? I'm so sorry. Hang on. So, what are your thoughts on this project up to right now? I mean, everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the drop that just happened, all that stuff. What are your thoughts?
I was very excited leading up to it. I mean, clearly you need to recognize you're not going to get an epic. So as much as I'm disappointed about not getting an epic, it's like obviously I wasn't going to get an epic. I'm just
Yeah.
really confused. I'm kind of in a confused stage because we've looked at my numbers and we've looked at your numbers, and like I have no like in another you can look at rarities properties of other drops that happen and be like, oh yeah, there's a quick flip, get rid of this, really, but with this it's like I have no idea because it might say I have a 40% background, but the background's really cool looking.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is an important background because they're going to have challenges and they're going to be giving away more, I'm assuming Ethereum and other prizes. I know that they're going to be allowing you to do a 3D version for free of one of your NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at a point where I don't know what I want to think about it. I don't know how many I want to sell. I don't know if I'm missing my opportunity to sell them right now. Not that I'd rather be discussing it with you than going crazy trying to think, oh, should I sell it for this price or this price and end up maybe selling the wrong item. I'd rather us go through and get more information and be more comfortable in understanding what these are about.
I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot of the. I think that's a lot of the thing that a lot of the projects don't have because there are like hidden messages. You know what I mean? There was always conversation that, there's everyone always talks about roadmap, right? So with this in particular, what I saw different was obviously the giveaway, the 3D render thing. The roadmap looked different. They had a description on who the team is. I've never seen, it's a team of, artists and copywriter. I've never seen any of this before, like in a lot of these projects of past. What I saw was, and we've talked about this before, we saw projects that were kind of mimicking the winners,
Yeah.
And then again, I mean, we could pour into the data as well. But the other thing is, again, I was going through this path in that time where it was like, okay, all this stuff appears to be just highly emotional. It's like the roller coaster, the up and down and the whoa and the speculation and everything that's tied to it. So I wanted to put myself into a position where I can try to gather data, So I was just comparing the ones that we've talked about in the past, spent a little bit of time trying to figure out, the importance of unique wallets on first, on the day of the drop. Things like, are they selling out? Because it's basically, we've talked about this before, a lot of it, when there's so many projects coming out, we already know 98% of them are going to be funny business. And we know that there's going to always be a 2% that pops up. Now we all wish and hope that we get into the 2% with the next Bored Ape Yacht Club or the next, whatever it is. But you just don't know. And there's the air of speculation there, and then there's the air of data as well. So I mean, if we can arm ourselves with a little bit of data, and especially if we're going to be in this for the long term, I think these practices are good. And the more that, you and I, we obviously conversate about this, and we have been, because we're super into it. This is fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. It has community. It has everything. It has everything that we like, so if we're going to do it, we might as well try to take emotion out of the picture and try to get as much data, because the data is there. It's just, we're so new, we have to know and figure out where to look. And this is where like community comes into play, where, we have to we have to rely on each other to a certain extent to be able to kind of get through it together, since we're all new. You know, we can't expect someone that knows everything about it and everything that's been around for a really long time. We can't always expect that they're going to tell us the right stuff sometimes. You know, it's just like,
Right.
you know, so it's, you know, I like the idea of the communities thing. I like the idea of going into some of these communities as VFriends family, you know, so to speak, where it's like, you know, oh, hey, those guys know each other type of deal, because
Yeah.
I see it sometimes in some of these other discords where it's like, you're not going into it into the wild out on your own, you know, and neither is anybody else. And the more that we can kind of figure out and just kind of level up, so to speak, together, I think the better that we're going to be. But
I think the pirates, the pirate booty, whatever that
pirate,
was, treasure
pirate
treasure
treasure.
hunt thing, was an
Yep.
example of where we sort of went into it with that community aspect, and we joined into the treasure hunt. I think it ended up being an exhausting experience because the it was just a really difficult. They were very difficult challenges, and we spent a lot of time on
Mhm.
one in particular that was wrong. Like they had put out the wrong information. I think this though, this kind of project will have a more thoughtful existence in its presentation. That
Mhm.
whatever the next steps are in the challenges they're going to present, we're going to go into it with kind of a leg up, I think, in just having done something before and seeing something like this.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it too, where it's like as we go through it, we get our cut, like, you know, we get our cuts and scrapes, we get our little bruises, and then hopefully we get out of there. You know, that's why, again, it's like, you know, I've been talking about bags quite a lot. It's like, you know, check our bags. These things are coming in at such an alarming rate where it's like
Yeah.
we now have a little bit of experience and a little bit of, I guess, ability to try to navigate through all of this. And that's really what this is, you
And you
know?
and I have talked about maybe it's time to try to just liquidate our bags. And even if that means taking kind of a little loss on them in the long
Yeah.
run of things,
Hmm.
if we're more mindful of the projects we get in on, like this project in particular, we're not experts. We don't know much. We don't know a lot more. We know a little bit more today than we did yesterday. We'll know a little bit more tomorrow, but we're not going to go around saying, you know what, we know everything about this or that. And like this project could be a complete collapse next week. We have no idea, but right
It
now
could be
we have gone in on projects that are like
some pretty
scraping
bad
the
ones.
bottom of the barrel
Yeah.
compared to this one, which is sort
Right.
of as professionally done as we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And we're
And
talking a 2-month period.
even wallet ownership, I mean, just straight up, like the wallet ownership on this thing, 2.7, this has been climbing ever since, even before the reveal today. But 2,700 on an initial drop, unique owners is pretty high, I would say, for like a
Yeah, I
10,000
mean,
project.
we're usually
Things out there
seeing
14.
closer to 1,300, 1,500 on 10,000 type drops.
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess the idea is once we get to 100 volume traded, pretty much there's going to be the check mark there. So that's going to change the game a little bit too. Obviously, there's going to be this thing that I've been looking at with the floor.
What was the volume at? I missed it. 77? That's an
Hang on, I'll
epic
go
you're
back
looking
there.
at right there.
Yeah, no, I was looking at highest last sale.
What's it
So this is
listed?
the floor right now. So the floor has
It's
dipped
not listed.
under. I'm sorry.
You're not.
Oh
No, what
boy.
I'm saying is the epics are all being purchased by whoever can afford 3
Mhm.
Ethereum, and that's it. The
Yep.
epics are gone.
Yeah, well, this is basically, what was it? I had that set up with. All right, so first of all, what we have is we've got basically the floor. The floor has dropped significantly, so we're talking about, and this was bound to happen, right? Because everyone that had bought however many, but I mean, look, this thing's got hidden messages on it. So this thing's going up for, I mean, come on, this thing has some hidden message stuff going on.
It's purchased. Someone already
Environment,
snagged it. It's gone.
yeah. No, I mean that if I had it, I would have picked that up for sure. Because you have Cybertruck, and you have I don't know what this I don't know that, but that's a symbol. And these guys are very thoughtful in what they've done here. What was I gonna do? So yeah, the floor is in shambles right
Getting
now,
on
which
my
is
phone
an
and said
opportunity
this.
if you're bullish. And then what we also have is we've got the last sale. So the highest last sale, we're talking about 8. This is number 8. This happened before the reveal. And then I haven't looked at it, but we're looking at Epic 3.8. We're looking at this guy. That's not an Epic going for 3. This guy here, not an Epic as well, went for 3. We have 3 here, Epic.
I can't believe that one sold for 0.05. Like, unreal.
I know.
There's
Right?
something about that one.
There was something about that one. What was the number on that again? Because I want to look at the data on it too, real quick, so that I could see what the properties were.
Yeah, I was looking at the hold on, let me scroll back up.
I don't think I'm going to be able to find it again.
A lot of laser pointers going away. 1479. Nope, sorry, 1215. 1215.
1215.
Yeah, everything you're looking at right now is getting sold immediately. Oh my god, point.
I know, because the floor is getting swept. The floor has been getting swept.
I'm gonna sweep.
Are you trying to pick one up or what? What's the deal? So these are all the highest.
I'm gonna try and sweep the floor.
There was only 2 Epics sold. This thing was probably sold for way less than it should have been. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this one sold for 2. Number 88 sold for 2. That might have been actually pre-reveal. As a matter of fact, let's double check. 3 days ago. Yeah. So this was pre-reveal number 88. And that's actually a pretty good looking one. Hang on, what are the properties? Robotic. Yeah, robot. Wow. Whoever got this thing pre-reveal for 2, what was it, 2? Number 88?
2 or 0.2?
No, this was 2, man. This was 2 flat 3 days ago. The sale was 3 days ago, 2 flat.
Man, there are some that haven't even been revealed still.
Yeah. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at highest last sale. And then it's basically 1. So Epics, let's see what the Epics might be listed for. We're bound to find some Epics in here, right? Oh, what's a good way to check?
Question mark for 0.045. Unbelievable.
Properties. Epic. Oh, here are the Epics, friends. Sort by load high. These are some cool Epics, dude. Are you seeing these, or are you trying to buy it? Are you trying to pick up the floor? Are you sweeping?
I just bought a question mark for 0.045.
You should have asked me which one it was. I would have looked up the thing. What's the number on it?
I didn't want to lose it. 3461. I may have lost it. I don't know. You never know what they got. 3461.
Yeah, you got low traits. You got a chain. You got a Tribune, Freaky Feline, and regional. I mean, scooping the floor is going to be fun. So for anyone that's curious about scooping the floor, this is what I do. Just basically luckymaneki.com/gallery, and this is all up until the stuff starts working or whatever. And then basically whatever you're looking at, you can change that number to whatever number you'd like to see. It'll tell you if it's Epic. Good luck there, and it'll give you these percentages here. Again, it's a little weird.
It got sniped. I got canceled.
It did, right?
Yeah, of course it did. Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
tip for everyone is if you're not getting your transaction, you need to go cancel your transaction, or it's gonna just, because if you try to buy something else, it's gonna get in line behind your transaction that hasn't yet failed. So you want to go and cancel that transaction first. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy because right now we're kind of living it live. I mean, before this we were talking Maneki. Right now we're talking Maneki. You got Titch over here wants to buy, scooping the floor. That's a lot of multitasking here. There's a lot of multitasking going on. Are you looking at these epics at all? Or you're just zoned in?
So the
You're
epics are
tuned
the
in?
original artworks. The epics are the originals.
Yeah, these things are sick, dude.
They are.
These things are sick.
They're very expensive also.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is, you know? This is the world we live in. This is what we signed up for. Yo, someone, oh, no, okay. I was about to say, I wonder if any of these epics were basically picked up at the floor. How sick would that be? Offer list, no. It's better if I do it this way.
I mean, I can see the floor rising rather quickly. Folks are just
I can also see that too. Well, this one is real sick.
I mean, if any, if we get in the position, check out this number, 3511.
Sick.
What is that background?
Background?
Oh, I meant the properties. Sorry.
Oh, the properties. Regional, Oriental, empty feline. Why, you're still trying to pick them up? Before. Oh, you want the percentages? 3511. Okay. I don't feel like typing.
Very interesting. The Donald Trump body had like a tattoo on its arm.
What number was it?
The Donald Trump body.
That was the one that sold. That was the high sale, right?
Yeah.
President. Oh, so this person named it. So that's the name. So the other thing about this too is you could name it.
Yeah, so you can pay a gas fee, and as long as the name hasn't been taken, you can name it.
And that's interesting.
So
I mean, it's interesting. I don't want.
I think what. Yeah. Go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't remember. I lost my train of thought. I'm looking at the comments now for help.
I'm thinking about here. You're in a position where you've got two, let's say, common ones, and maybe a third that is, according to its rarity types, pretty good. And then we looked at all mine, and I have 11, and like a few of them stand out as being like maybe uncommon, nothing seriously rare, but the rest are commons. And then if we could just use me as the example here, since I have 11, I'm holding a bag right now, right? Of 11 of these NFTs.
Yep.
And I can think about this, that, you know what, holy shit, like I just got to sell these off. I'm going to have to go to OpenSea and put them up for 0.05 because that's what the floor is kind of sitting at.
Yeah.
I can wait a day. Maybe the floor will go up to 0.06, 0.07. But there's no real way to know this particular project. With like another project, let's say, I don't know, something we got in that failed. Yeti, let's say.
Sure.
A lot of us are holding Yetis because we're kind of an abyss of information. It's like we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's really rare or this or that. And it's kind of like no one wants to sell because no one wants to buy. Here we sort of have a higher expectation of what is in the days and weeks ahead. For instance, I might think this is a low rare, like a very common NFT, but it'll look cool in a 3D version, you know? That it might aesthetically be pleasing to someone. I'll be able to sell it for a lot more money.
Yeah.
Without the full rarity information, you either get stuck trying to flip this stuff really early and hope for the best, or you just hang out. And I think this is an NFT project where you can hang out for a little bit and not necessarily feel as worried. Because you were asking me how you feeling about this. Like I told you, I was a little anxious because I'm holding 11 of them that
Mm-hmm.
we've decided together by looking at the rarity information that it's not necessarily a lot of rare stuff. Like, yeah, maybe better than common, but not certainly as rare as, like, let's say your particular third one.
Yeah,
And in most
I have
other
one.
situations, you have
Hang on,
one.
I'm sorry. Mario is going ham in the comments here, and I'm just trying to look him up. So no, this guy was so Throne. What's up? And we've got Throne's got another one, and we have 6061 that sold for.
If,
No,
if I'm talking too much, guys, just tell me to shut up and I'll stop talking.
No, I'm sorry. You know what? Oh, laser. So that's what it is. Upper thing is laser. No, you're talking. You're talking just fine. You know what it is? My ADD hit because the things are coming up.
No, that's
These
your,
guys are
but
out.
that's good. No, the comments are important for us. I think what I was trying to get at is in any, like, obviously I'm a little, I have some anxiety about this because what couldn't get you more anxious than all this Ethereum and crypto talk and NFTs dropping every other day and just losing your mind over this. But like, I'm not so frightened, let's say, to jump off the train automatically and
Right.
be like, I got to sell this for 0.05. I'm not there,
Yep.
I think we should check in a couple days and
Oh yeah.
and decide where it's going. But I think there'll be more announcements in a couple days that'll make this even more exciting. There's going to
Yeah.
be challenges. They're going to be giving away very, very rare looking NFTs that are cool looking.
Yep.
Wow, that's sick.
I mean, yeah, that is sick. Shout out to Mario for the find. The other thing about it too is
that's awesome. Did that have a cross?
now, the other thing about it too is now it's just really started. You know what I mean? It's really just started. That's that Ankh. It's actually the symbol of life.
It's an Ankh. It's an Egyptian.
It's only just started. Like this whole thing has only really just started. I mean, today, obviously, with what it is. So, as you and I are talking, there's people digging right in. We got Mario. He's throwing up all the, he's out here looking at them. But and I agree with you, Mario. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the floor tonight, to see if there is a pullback, and then where that pullback comes from. And it's also going to be interesting to see the unique wallet address numbers run.
Mm-hmm.
These are the types of things that I've been kind of looking at when I'm talking about like getting into the data, right? So it's like once we have, the drop happened today, where obviously in the form, like we're basically in the roller coaster ride, we're on the high point, kind of what you're talking about, and you can jump off at any time. But the thing that we're talking about differently than what we would have probably talked about if this was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, is the next 3 days. And even Mario, see what tonight is. That basically is a different classification in our brain and how we are processing what's going on.
Yeah.
And now that we work at this and kind of, when you're interested in something, you try to figure out how it works, right? It's like, if you're interested in cars, you end up, learning a lot of things when you open up the hood. And then over time, the more times you put your hands on it, you end up being a wizard, you know what I mean, so to speak. And it's like, with us being so new to this space, the whole idea behind it is we have to figure it out, and we have to realize emotion versus logic, you know what I mean? And everything that we end up picking up through our lessons learned on a day-to-day basis by basically putting our hands on it, the more that we're able to like build on top of it and then be able to classify the next one and the next one and the next one. Because things that were an easy pass, like now we know that it's kind of an easy pass. Like I'm always going to refer to pirates, right? Because I saw the pirate, the treasure pirates, they were selling for well under an Ethereum. You know what I mean? So it's like let's think about how the conversations in the pirate treasure hunt group that we were involved with were going. And it was like talking this moon talk of like, all right, there's 12 of us, I'm going to split it. And people are like, oh, whoa, how do we figure out, and all this nonsense. And it started getting real crazy. And where does that come from? That comes from the place of emotion, right? But if we knew better, and if it was today, we would have basically been able to assess the project, assess the data that is necessary to provide if it's going to be a good or a bad one. You know, for example, I mean, yesterday as well, a number of things dropped. You know, no salt on any one thing, but you know, Monster Rehab didn't sell out. I mean, it's Strawberry was like halfway through, nothing there, just air balls. And
what
these are
it,
things that we might not.
It's just Strawberry.
No, it's called Strawberry WTF. And a friend of mine actually told me about it, and I was like, yeah, it's cheap, right? You're getting in for like 0.025. And I just wanted to get a taste of it. And then, you know, I don't want to get into this, you know, thing. But, you know, I basically paid $40 to learn is really what it was, because I was able to see, you know, I was there for the launch party, and then I had noticed some things, and I asked, you know, the people that are in the launch party, they were, you know, I don't know them. I wasn't even following the project, but, you know, like I said, my buddy was like, what's going on over here? This, that, and the other thing. And I was like, yeah, it's 0.025. Let's check it out. And during the launch party, I had asked a question because something was going on with the properties. And, you know, I was kind of like shrugged off or whatever, because you got to understand, like in these launch parties, people are hype. Like they're hype. Like they've been following it. They're married to it emotionally. Emotionally, they are married to it. And, you know, if you come in and you just ask a question where it's just a general question, like, okay, because they were talking about properties, you have to ask yourself, like, what are you being responded with back? Now, these are guys that are the team. So they had said something, and it kind of raised an alarm bell, right? So I was like, all right, cool. You know, and then it goes back to the positivity, everyone's positivity. And then the guy ended up coming back like a couple of minutes later, and he's like, oh, hey, something's up with the properties. You know, blah, 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 we're owning it. We're taking care of it right now. And, you know, I was just kind of following that, you know what I mean? And what it did, again, is it gave me good data.
Yeah, and you were ahead of them on it. Like what's up?
This is my friend that got me into the strawberries. I didn't know it was him because it was a different name. So we've been, like I said, we
talk about the price of education. We talk about the price of NFT education here, and
do you know who this is?
It varies.
This is one clue for you. Who is this person?
Breath of the Wild. Is this Mark?
So who is it? Because you've had conversations with him too. So there's one clue. Here's another clue.
Be friends, right?
So who have you had conversations with about Zelda, Breath of the Wild?
Mikey and also Mark DUSA. Yeah, Mark. What's up, Mark? How's it going? I actually was gonna play Zelda tonight, believe it or not. I was getting stoked to do it. I didn't put so much time on this, but I was getting vibed for it. That's for sure. Thanks for joining us, Mark. Appreciate the follow.
He's the one that got me into. He's the one that got me into the strawberry thing. Yeah. So him and we were conversating about the whole strawberry thing, and needless to say, you know, I picked it up off the site on Mint for 0.025, and basically sold it for 0.019. You know, so 0.025, and I sold it for 0.019. Pretty much after that experience with that thing, I'm like, I'm out. And then, so it's like, it's one of those things, you know, but at the end of the day, I got to put my hands on it. So it's not, all is not lost, because to learn those types of things as we continue, and, you know, you've learned it too, and you've learned these things too we're just learning, you know what I mean? But again, like being able to smell funny business immediately by pouring through data is very, very valuable, because at the end of the day, that's going to reduce the amount of bags. And so what if you miss a project, right? Like, you know, say this gutter cat thing, like you were really super hype about. So what if you miss it? Because there's going to be an entry somewhere, sometime. Maybe you build up, and then, you know, if that thing hits, you know, 3 whatever Ethereum, 3 Ethereum might not be a big deal. You know what I mean? It's the slow grind and it's the slow burn. And I think, you know, having a like building on the skills to be able to figure this out, I think is very, very valuable. You know, I'm huge. I'm huge about it. I'm not huge.
It makes us that more knowledgeable for what comes tomorrow. And I think you getting a little money back is important. Losing gas money, let's say, is not the end of the world. I'm not talking about a failed transaction. I'm talking about purchasing something and then selling it for a loss, let's say, or selling it for what you paid for and losing out on the gas or whatever. It's all, you know, we're learning about this every day. It's all new. And to find this project in particular and to be doing this conversation now about it is exciting, and it makes it even more important to us that we want it to succeed. Whereas that's another thing about this. It's like we're kind of like, wow, that's cool. With these other projects, yeah, they're kind of the same thing. Wow, this is cool, but where does it go next? Maybe they're going to give something else for free. Great. A dog or a rat or whatever. Like, you know, those projects have those things, but there's adventure that we're about to get on. Like, we're about to take an adventure with these NFTs. It's really exciting over the next few days.
What's your thought on Maneki? 2 weeks from now?
I think if the floor is above the purchase price, it's going to succeed.
Okay. I mean, I agree as well. I think that's a good. Hang on,
I think that should be that should definitely be the real life moment right there. I'll keep going for the audience. That should be the measure of a project's future. Is if the floor can hit the buy-in price within the first 2 weeks, you should be okay.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back.
Obviously,
I'm going to bring it back to what I believe are the basics. Is how fast does it sell out from the minting phase? You know, obviously how many there are. You know, this took a little bit to mint out, so to speak, but we do have to understand there's 14,000 of them. And then the other thing is 2,700 plus unique wallet holders, which has grown from 24 in a day pre-reveal, I think is good information. I think if we were to actually go through the data on all the previous drops and where the unique wallet numbers are on those drops, I think it would provide us a little bit of data there. You know what I mean? I'm not really a spreadsheeter or whatever, but I just try to kind of, you know, think in that term. If we see the wallet growership, so to speak, if we see that wallet growership grow to say 3,000 in 2 weeks, which is, I guess it would be an extra 100, or I mean, I would actually even give it a week. I would say that that's a positive sign. I would say if it gets closer to 3,000 within the next 5 days, well, we'll call it 7, just to give myself a little thing, since I'm putting it here on record. I think that's going to be a good thing because the start was there. The community itself, a lot of people have these analytics where they look at Discord and like the size of their Discord. Maneki, at some point, they had a goal of 5,000 on their Discord. We're actually pretty close to 5,000 on the Discord, which great. I think is also a very good sign. Just the sheer, like how the moderators in the Discord, how they operate, you know, their mannerisms, and they're willing to help. And, you know, basically you don't ever want to get stuffed for asking a bad question, you know what I mean? Or feel bad, like you ask a question and people jump on you. I don't see any of that going on there. When you see a channel and in these Discord servers on drops, a lot of the times they're really encouraging you to go on the Twitter and share for a giveaway, which is fine and perfect. I see very, very, very low amount of that on here as well. I think the case of organic growership if that's even like a word in the NFT space. I think there's a lot to be had there, because what that means is that the team is patient. And what it means is that they've put a lot of work into it. You know, we can tell pretty much right on the surface when you go on OpenSea that there has been a lot of work into it. There's a lot of backgrounds. There's a lot of, I think it was what, 471 different properties or something, unique properties, which, you know,
412.
400, I'm sorry, how many? I think you're breaking up, or it's either you or me. 420. Okay. Let me check.
412. 412.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you're locking up or I'm locking up. Am I freezing up on you or no?
A little bit, but it could be me that's freezing as well.
Okay. So the things that I'm going to be looking for in the next week, and then obviously the next 2 weeks, is I'm going to look for unique wallet growership. I'm going to be looking at the floor as well. You know, we expected on reveal that there would be a little bit of a dump in the floor, which is pretty much natural. This is the natural course of things. I'm going to be looking for how fast, or you know, I'm going to see, like, because the floor from even pre-reveal, the floor was moving beautifully. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't going parabolic. It wasn't doing anything crazy like the stuff that I've seen in these other projects, which I think is a good sign. What I'm going to be looking for again is I'm going to be looking for the floor to rise, you know, whatever the floor, the bottom floor is. We saw it, right? There was some going for 4. We've probably been missing all sorts of opportunity in this past since we've been talking or whatever. But I think what we're going to be
also could have lost them.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, I think we're going to be in good shape. Again, I appreciate you kind of putting me onto this one, and it looks a lot different than a lot of the other projects. It really does. It looks a lot different on the surface. It looks a lot different in the artwork, and it looks even different in the rarities property, where they don't need 10 traits, because the traits are actually like hidden within. And I think that's interesting, because what that's going to do is that's going to allow the market over time to figure out where they see the value. And I think that's an interesting twist on it. Being able to name is an interesting twist. I recall someone in the Discord was talking about how it has hash mask vibes. I don't know what that means, because I haven't done enough research into hash masks, but I know that that's a big deal. So I can tell that also there's a lot of like people in the Discord that know a lot more than I do about this, and they've been, you know, they have their skin in the game, and that gives me comfort. You know, I think you're locking up. I don't know what's going on. Oh.
Yeah. It is.
Locking up? Okay.
I think we're breaking up.
Okay, hang on.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. You got to like move a little bit. You all right? All right. Can you say something?
You were speaking a bit robotic before. At least I was hearing it as such. But maybe
you just got called out. It's on your side.
Ay.
Ay caramba.
What does that mean?
Internet. Check your internet.
Well, we're close. We're closing up, so I think
okay.
It's okay.
Well, it was good, dude. We're gonna keep on, man. Lucky Maneki, for everyone that got in to Lucky Maneki, you know, we're here with you, and you know, we'll compare notes by all means. You know, comparing notes is good. Thanks for everyone that came on, because we definitely had more people than ever, and it was fun. Shout out to Mark.
We're excited. We're excited. Keep those questions coming.
You got anything?
Thanks for everyone who joined in. If you want some topics to be discussed, please drop us some information below in the comments, and we'll be happy to do it. We're going to follow up on Lucky Maneki's obviously in the next week or so. But we'll be back next week for another episode.
Yes, sir. VFriends next episode too. We got to do some VFriends analysis. All right. See ya.
Yes, coming up.